And here's the news.
And here is indeed the news. And welcome to the Haydenfilms Minutes. I am your host, Hayden Kredoff. Before we get to the news, we'd like to have everyone like and subscribe to our channel. It helps our students, it helps our brand grow, and it helps us to keep you informed. But if you'd also like to see some of our other Haydenfilms Minutes, please click the card up here on the right, and you can also see some of our Haydenfilms Verge episodes, which is part of our podcast series. So before I really get to the news, I really want to make one other quick announcement, and that is that the Haydenfilms 1.0 Screenwriting Competition has been re-released. Because of COVID, it went paused for a little bit, but we've updated it. It's now live. You can see the full description in our description below, and we will be giving out $10,000 for the best screenplay or the best pilot. We also have a short element as well for short screenplays, so please check that out when you get a chance. Now on to the news. So really great article here from Deadline.com. The Cannes Film Festival plans a 3-day October event featuring 4 competition titles. The great thing about this is that it's going to be open to the general public. Obviously, a lot of film festivals globally had to shut down their brick and mortar services because of COVID. And we're really excited, especially from the Hayden Films perspective. I personally had an opportunity to be at the 2007 Cannes Film Festival, and it was just a great opportunity to network, see high quality filmmakers from the best film producers in the globe, quite frankly. So I really strongly recommend anyone that's going to be interested in being in the France area to check out their 3-day event. And they're also hosting a competition for short film content. Again, that goes back to our Hayden Films Online Film Festival roots. So please check out that article. You'll see that article in our description below. Next is CNBC. Q2 was a tipping point for streaming wars, and here how the media giants stacked up. So obviously, you know, streaming was very high over the last few months because everyone was inside. Viacom CBS is very bullish on the streaming growth, while AT&T and NBC Universal are still in the early days of growing their HBO Max and their Peacock content. What is really surprising based on the last quarter data is that Disney initially thought that they were going to have anywhere from 60 million to 90 million subs by the year 2024. And in the last quarter alone, they topped 100 million subscribers, including Hulu, and also greater than and faster than expected growth in ESPN Plus. That was also part of The Last Dance with the Michael Jordan story. The other exciting piece of information in this article that is also going to be listed is, again, everyone knows about their Netflix subscription, but Netflix added another 10 million subscribers last quarter, bringing you up to 193 million subscribers for Netflix. So again, this article goes into a lot of great detail about Netflix, about Disney Plus, about a lot of the other streaming wars that are going to be taking part. And I want to know what you guys think. You know, what do you think is going to be the best streaming outlet for the last quarter of 2020? And what do you think is going to be one of the premier streaming services in the 2021 season? Another quick announcement, Hayden Films Institute is also currently doing a research study in distribution, in software and in streaming. So if you are a film festival director and you have content and you have a library of content and you're interested in participating in this survey, which takes about 15 minutes, there will be a link in the description below. Again, we're calling on all film festival directors globally to participate in this survey, and we'll ultimately make some of that data available in our forthcoming white paper that we can provide to you. Now on to the last article. The last article here, another great publication that we keep our eye on is Ad Age. Again, all these articles are in the description below. Why brand affinity matters more than brand awareness in the COVID economy. So obviously we know that a lot of things have changed over the last 6 months in terms of how brands are going to be viewed by consumers and how they're going to continue to impact their market share, either growing it or reducing it. There's been a noticeable shift in consumer behavior and brands are finally taking notice. Curiously, many marketeers are continuing to focus on brand awareness in a climate that is particularly unwelcoming for them. For example, what can get overlooked is the mad dash for meaningless likes and meaningless impressions. So right now, what this article is talking about is what's the difference between brand awareness and brand affinity. So basically what they're saying here is brand affinity means that consumers not only know that you exist, but they have a strong connection with you. They identify with your brand's values, which is very important. That's one of the things that we believe here is having a real good set of core values. And they also have great expectations of your brand, and because of their connection and their personal connection with you. So quoting this article right here, it's been called the most enduring and valuable level of customer relationship, and for good reason. Affinity means that the consumer trusts your brand, they recommend it to their friends, and they identify with it, and it means that the consumer feels that he or she is literally part of your brand. This is something that we totally believe here at Hayden Films Institute and Hayden Films Agency. Again, we have a hybrid team of scholars, students, and professionals working on a 360-degree process of bringing your brand to market. So if you're ever looking for information on that, please feel free to DM us or connect with us, and we can definitely talk to you about any ideas that you have for your personal brand. So with that said, again, all these articles are going to be in the description below. We encourage you to read them, and again, we encourage you to stay connected with us. So to close, stay tuned for the next Hayden Films Minutes. But in the meantime, please continue to do a great job and make a difference.